Forget the hype, the big names, and the bright lights. The UFC may be taking a week off after wrapping up their card at the Spear, which just means one thing. The real action this weekend is on the regional scene. We're talking stacked cards, title fights, prospects on the rise, and veterans looking to prove that they still have it. I'm Zach Hoffman, and this is the inaugural 4 Ounces of Freedom Regional Report, where I'm going to shine a spotlight on the fights you need to know about. So buckle up, as this weekend is stacked, starting on Friday night. First up is Invicta FC 57. Their prelims start on YouTube. Main card on CBS Sportsnet. Invicta FC is the premier all-female MMA promotion, and they're back at the Memorial Hall in Kansas City, Kansas. The card that's sure to deliver. Headlined by the women's atomweight title between Elizandra Lily Fiera, who faces off against the surging Andressa Romero. Both these women pressure forward from start to finish, and due to it, it's going to be a barn burner. Could we see the winner here, though, be called to the UFC as a strawweight? Maria Jukic versus Maria Jose Favelo. This one's not just about the fight. We need to step back and look at life as a whole. Maria Favelo is making her triumphant return to the cage after battling and defeating stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma. A true inspiration, her story adds just another layer to this already intriguing matchup against the talented Maria Jukic. Milana Dudeva versus Sandra Lovato. Dudeva, a former UFC fighter with a wealth of experience against top-level competition, who faces the always game Peruvian zombie Sandra Lovato. Both women are looking to bounce back from recent setbacks and prove that they belong at the top of the Invicta atomweight division. Jamie Adedin versus Abby Montez. The sole featherweight division fight. Don't sleep on the women's featherweight division, however, just because the UFC says it's not a thing. Adedin is an Australian fighter who makes her US and Invicta debut, riding a 3-fight win streak. She's known for her exciting style and relentless pressure. I interviewed her, and the link should be somewhere above me. Go check that out, because her attitude alone is contagious. And the fact that she can make the switch from being nice, friendly, and bubbly to a fucking warrior in the cage is going to make this one even better. Montez is looking to rebound after her PFL stint, where she showcased her skills on a whole new stage. She did make her debut there, defeating Clarissa Shields, which then put her into the tournament, where the random matchmaking PFL did not give her any help. You can tell they were not too happy with how she defeated Clarissa Shields, ruining the kind of hype that she had, and she was given probably the worst matchup she could have had. However, this fight here has Fight of the Night written all over it. Also on the card to keep an eye on is Deanna Bennett. Bellator veteran, proven age is just a number. She closes in on 40. Christina Warhorse Williams, who could also be knocking on the door of a title shot with another impressive win here. And of course, once again, you have to tune into that main event between Elizandra Lily Fieri and Andressa Romero. This card is going to be amazing. If you're one of those guys who are just like, man, I can't watch women's MMA. I don't like women fighting. I don't like this or that. Also on Friday night, it's a stacked Ring of Combat card in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Ring of Combat has a long history of showcasing top-tier talent. This card's no exception. I personally think this might be the best card on Friday night and the second best possibly the entire weekend. This is the best card Atlantic City will see this year and in recent times. On the card, while we are headlined by 2 title fights, we also get 2 Cara Kappa brothers. We have 3 total, but we only get 2 on this card, and we start with Nick Cara Kappa versus Alex Brown. The Cara Kappa brothers, if you don't know who I'm talking about, are known for bringing violence, and Nick's no exception. He's looking to rebound from a loss in his pro debut that was an absolute war. And if it wasn't for Luke Riley versus Alexander Luke, would have won my fight of the year last year. However, on the other side, Alex Brown, currently riding a 1-5 record, is standing in his way and looks to kind of rebound himself. This fight is all making the other brawl. And for a little more insight, you can check out my interview with Nick Cara Kappa, also linked above. Matt Cara Kappa is back after a layoff, and he's ready to show he's better than ever. The mind's right, the training's right, but on the other side is Chris Big Nod Gariglia, who's riding a 3-fight win streak as well and wants to add a W to his record instead. This fight's going to be a barn burner as well. Not to get very Jim Ross on it, but total slobber knocker. And I look for Matt to be the best Matt Cara Kappa he's been thus far. In the first of 2 title fights, Alonzo Turner versus Jimmy Drago. Jimmy Drago looks to defend his title yet again against the undefeated Alonzo Turner, who's a submission specialist with an undefeated record, obviously. Drago's a well-rounded finisher who's just looking to defend his belt again and potentially have this fight escalate into the next step. In the main event, Sebastian Ruiz versus Ricky Benedez. Bantamweight title fight with a big name. Ruiz is the champ. Benedez is a veteran with wins over some serious competition. You may have heard of a guy named Marab. He handed Marab his CFC loss before also then facing the likes of like James Gallagher, Patchy Mix, and others. He's looking to prove he still got it and earn another shot at the big leagues after falling short throughout his career. Then we move to Saturday. Saturday, you're used to your UFC fight nights. However, it's all going to be on Fight Pass today. So kicking off at noon Eastern is Cage Warriors, a European powerhouse promotion known for developing future stars such as Conor McGregor, Tom Aspinall, among others. The fight to watch on this one, however, Luke Riley versus Alexandre Jr. Not only is Alexander Jr.'s nickname Jarrell, which is fucking amazing, Luke Riley is an absolute finisher. He was supposed to be on the Contender Series this year, but visa issues got in the way. So now he comes right back and headlines a Cage Warriors card and looking to make a statement with a highlight reel finish. Junior is making his debut for the promotion, is hungry to spoil the party and make a name for himself, which would happen with a win here. There's other fights on this card. The entire card's worth watching with nothing else going on at noon. Watch the entire card. It's going to be amazing. For a little more ultra-regional, 247 Fighting's Brawl in the Berg 23. 247 Fighting consistently puts on the exciting cards, showcasing the best talent in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. This is just another one. You get UFC names such as Kama Worthy making his return on this card again. You get the potentially top fight you can make right now in Pennsylvania between Justin the General Patton and Ryan Korean Thunder Cafaro in the main event. That's going to basically make each one of them the number one fighter in PA via Tapology. This fighter, the winner of this fight, not only could be in the next title shot, but could have potential to make it to a UFC or PFL. This fight has a lot of interest on it, and for $34.99, you get a nice stacked card, which link will be below if you're interested. Then we head to Minnesota for LFA, one of the premier development leagues in MMA. You get your usual band of suspects when it comes up to Minnesota. You have your Mitch McKees and your Michael Blockus as high-level wrestlers. But you also get Richard DeFron versus Steve Collins. Steve Collins has generated some buzz with his viral ground and pound from APFC that made it as far up to ESPN. That was as an amateur. He then moves to the pro division and takes out Rampage Jackson's son, Raja. On the other side of the cage, however, a pro debut by Richard DeFron. This is a change of opponent. Steve Collins did have a more seasoned opponent, but this time, he gets the debut who looks to take the hype that Steve Collins has built so far and make it his own. A really fun fight that can go any way, but I fully expect Steve Collins to show why his nickname is Scuba, as this is going to go into some deep waters. Alvin Hines versus Taylor Escamilla. This one's potential to be quick and ultra-violent. Hines is a submission ace with 2 finishes and his 2 pro wins, while Escamillo has 2 first-round TKOs as well. Someone's O has got to go, and there's a chance, this could be a first round. I am curious to see what happens if we get out of the first round with Taylor. However, because Alvin has shown in his last time out that he can go all 15 and through hell and back to get that win. Then the main event, Cheyenne Bowers versus Ronica Borusova. Interim flyweight title on the line. Current champ went to the Contender Series. Didn't go as well. She's going to be out for a little bit. Bowers is a rising star, though, with an impressive finishing rate. Borisova is undefeated, but relatively untested. Bowers has been able to defeat the likes of, Aline Pereira, which isn't saying much. But a win here could put the victor on the UFC's radar. And if not, maybe they fight Shannon Clark upon her return. This is a really great card from top to finish, but those are the 3 that really have my interest. Then finally, we close out the weekend with Fury FC 96. Fury FC has been one of the most active and consistently entertaining regional promotions this year, and easily running around for my current promotion of the year. I can't even focus on one fight on this card. Seriously, the entire card is worth watching from top to bottom. And this is going to, not only between the talent, but the matchups. The team over there put together some of the best cards. Production could be a little better, but the best cards that you can probably see in MMA right now. You got prospects looking to make a name, veteran trying to stay relevant, potential title challengers in every single fight. However, if you're like, no, Zach, I need to know what names to watch for. Who do I watch for? Jacob Silva, Louis Garou, Hector Sainz, Olivia Biarri, Nadia Chamil, Bruce Whitehead, Jonathan Martin, Andrea Amaro, Ana Martinez, Kyle Todorenk, Alexander St. Charles, Antonio Figueiredo, Drake Lopez. As I'm basically naming the entire card, I can't state this again. The entire card is worth fighting. And by fighting, I mean watching. Do yourself a favor and check out the entire card. It's on Sunday. You have basically 2 options. You're going to sit around and watch MMA all day, or you're going to watch football all day. Watch MMA. This card will start on YouTube and will be on UFC Fight Pass. So there you have it. The weekend's packed with regional MMA action. Make sure you tune in and support these fighters. Let them know. There's a fight that I didn't mention, or you're looking at it, you're like, man, this fight is definitely up there. Let me know in the comments what fights you're most excited about. And more importantly, stay tuned for future regional reports. Thank you.